Okay, I'm going to teach you how to play Between the Bars by Elliott Smith. The key is a whole step down from standard tuning. So you have D, G, C, F, A, and D. So when I play an E major here, it'll actually be a D major. Okay, I'm going to play, to me there are three different parts in the song. There's the very simple intro, the verse, and then the chorus. So I'll run through each of the parts. I'll show you the chords and the bass lines. Yep. So the first chord is the only chord in the introduction. And so it's actually it's an A minor shape, and I think it's got a 7. So I think it's an A minor 7. So the pinky there is on the 3rd fret of the E. And yes, this is actually a G minor 7, but I'm going to refer to the chords as if I was in standard tuning. It's easier that way. So that low A, well, you're gonna hit the bass note. I like to mute with my thumb this E, that way I don't accidentally hit it. That's a strumming pattern for most of the song. Okay, so we'll move into the verse. The verse chords are the same A7 chord. And then we move to an F chord with, I think that's a 9th. So you will use your thumb to play the root of the chord. And actually the thumb is also muting the A string here. So that's not playing out, because that A string doesn't fit in the chord. We don't have enough fingers. If you have 6 fingers, you can play this chord, you know, by fretting the 3rd fret of the A string as well, but I don't. So that's the second chord of the song, of the verse rather. And then we move to a C major. And actually what's interesting about the verse chord progression, the first part, is that there's actually a transition before the measure ends that the C major is playing it. So he goes, so he puts that pinky down and creates kind of a C7 feel, C major 7 feel rather, before moving to the next chord. I don't know the name of this chord, but you're pressing down on the 2nd fret of the A. The D string is ringing out. The 4th fret of the B string, the 3rd fret of the G string. Oh, sorry, I got those strings backwards. 4th fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the B string, and then the high E is just ringing out. Okay, so I'll play that section. So you notice how that pinky gets placed there just before, maybe like a beat before the transition of the chord. Okay, and then it continues. The pattern restarts. So we have the first 2 chords the same. Then a C, from an E major to an F major. Okay, so that's going to be the whole verse chord progression. Whoops, gotta add that 7th in there. Okay, So the chorus begins on the same chord that the verse ends, this F major, which we're playing in this way. So we're muting, yeah, I'm just using them. You can play it any way you want, I guess. But I think for the sake of the walks in the chorus, this will probably be a bit of an easier way to play it. And also the fact that we're going to be moving from a major, F major, to an F minor shape. And to me, this is kind of the easiest way to make that transition. Okay, so this is what the chorus will sound like. I guess I'll just try to play it all the way through. So 1, 2, 3. Nope. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Yes, so as I said, you start on F, to G, and there's an A minor here, not without the 7th, and there's a walk up. So you're going to play the A twice. So that's the walk up. A, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, opens on the next string up, and then 2nd fret on the next string. And actually there's a very tricky transition here that I missed my first time trying to play it. And we actually go to this chord here. I don't know what this chord is called either, but it's got a G sharp in the bass, and then the rest is kind of like an F minor. So maybe it's a F minor over G sharp. So that's going to be the next chord. And then we have a G shape. It's like a simplified G major for the next chord. So there's a chromatic walk down in this section of the song. So we move from that G sharp to that simplified G major. So instead of playing the B here like we normally would, just mute that with your finger here. I'm muting that with my middle finger, and I'm also pressing down on the 3rd fret of the B string. Okay, the next chord is an A minor with an F sharp in the bass. So I'll hit the F sharp with my thumb. Okay, and then we're back to an F. To a G, and then we're back to an A minor, and there's a different walk up. There's a variation. First walk up was okay, so the second walk up will change the position of the note that's played twice. So first we play the A twice in the first variation, and in this variation we're going to play the C twice. So it's going to sound like this. So here's the difference. First variation. Second variation. Okay, and then when we come out of that second variation at the end of the chorus, you just hit an F major, and then you drop it to an F minor, and then we're back to the verse. So that's pretty much the whole song. Yeah, the end of the second or the final chorus just lets that minor, F minor, ring out, and that's it. So I'll try to play it one more time, maybe a little closer. So we'll play the chorus. off shape there, but you know, you can do what you want. But yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky chord progression. It takes a little practicing. But you know, the chromatic walks and everything are very nice, so it's worth, you know, it's worth getting right. Okay, that's it for this one, I think.